But the kickoff will be coming up at 7 o'clock. Before we get to that, the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply pregame here on KDY. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply invites you to make your order for tub bookings right now through the month of November. All in-stock tubs qualify, and you can save $50 a ton if you order 3 tons or more at Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, with locations on Worley Drive, West Plains, and on Nettleton in Thayer. Now let's hear from Coach Matt Perkins. Zizzer's had the week off with the number 1 seed in the district, and he talks about that dynamic as we get ready for football tonight.
Kind of challenging whenever you feel like you're playing well and you have to take that step back. We've tried to kind of hone in on some things that we need to improve on and be a little bit more specific and spend a little time just cleaning up some things that we haven't done real well this season. So a lot of on our special teams and making sure we're hitting our lanes on our kickoff, just better on kickoff returns and things like that. But I think the kids have enjoyed kind of that reprieve and hit the reset button. It's time to start the new season. So you kind of get a taste of what it's like without football and without that game on Friday, and that reality's coming up sooner than later, for a lot of teams in the state. And so our kids know that, there's a chance it could be the last game, and just trying to play good ball right now. It's fun. I mean, you get into this time of year and everything matters. Like that, I don't know. You just feel different about it. It's a weirder thing, and I think having that senior crew that we've got, having played a lot of football, probably benefits us a little bit. We kind of go through the year offensively. We're wanting to put pieces on the field that kind of build things up, but also you're thinking about playing guys both ways. You don't want to play, Dagan Kinslow every snap of the game. You want to try to make sure he's healthy, and then you get to this time of the year, and you can't really hold anything back. So you might see more handoffs to, certain individuals that haven't got a bunch of carries, or you might see Dagan run the ball a little bit more.
And tonight, the primary focus defensively for the Zizzers will be the quarterback for Rogersville, who ranks as one of the best athletes in the Ozark Conference, as Coach Perkins talks about tonight.
He's good enough to cause problems. The O'Neill kid, very, very fast, elite, really, in that regard. And so, they can big play you from anywhere on the field. And then you've got a couple other guys that really they didn't look like they missed a whole lot whenever he was out, which is wild to say. They've got a couple guys that come in and play quarterback and run. They've got a good running back along with him. Defensive, like us, they play a bunch of size out there. They just put a bunch of speed on the field and play aggressive. And they're well coached. They've got guys in the right spots. They do some interesting stuff on offense, and we've got our work cut out for us. It's a little bit more challenging this year in the semifinals than it was a year ago. Yeah, I think Carl Junction getting beat was pretty good for our conference. That's a good look for the OC, and proud of Hillcrest. I mean, Coach Coleman there went all year, didn't win a game until I think week 9, and then won the week 9 game against Parkview, and then turned around and won to open things up with districts against Carl Junction, and so that's pretty cool. But I just think we're in the driver's seat. Obviously we're at home and we just have to take care of business, but it's that time of year. If you don't play clean, if you put the ball on the turf, if you get selfish and have bad eyes, it can really cost you.
In the district last week, in the quarterfinal round, it was the McDonald County Mustangs beating Cassville to advance to the semifinals, and of course the jaw-dropping result, Hillcrest beating Carl Junction to move on. So it's McDonald County and Hillcrest for the right to play the winner of this game tonight. Tonight's game is in Class 4, District 6. Some of the other matchups around the area will include Stratford playing at Ava in Class 2, District 3. Same class, it's Liberty playing at Forsyth. In Class 1, District 3, it'll be Sarcoxy at Marionville, while the Ash Grove Pirates will visit the Thayer Bobcats. That's the lineup for tonight, and our game getting ready to start with a 7 o'clock kickoff. Reed Grigsby will join me in the booth in just a few moments. That's your pregame for Zizzer football for this evening, brought to you by Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains and Thayer, and we'll get to the field in just a moment on Hunt Country KDY.
This has been the pregame show on Hot Country KDY. Stay tuned. Zizzer kickoff time is coming up next on your home for the Zizzers, KDY.
This testimonial with Mother Nature is brought to you by Butler Heating and Air of West Plains.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today. 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
This testimonial with Mother Nature is brought to you by Butler Heating and Air of West Plains.
Oh my! Look at these homes with GeoComfort geothermal systems. Not only are they saving on heating costs, they're helping Mother Nature and the planet. I'm touched. How about a nice sunny day, everyone?
Call Butler Heating and Air to learn how a GeoComfort geothermal system can save your energy costs. Butler Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable no matter what Mother Nature brings.
Yes, the work week is over. Come on, weekend. Where are my car keys? Are you kidding me? I did it again? I locked them in the car? Good thing I have West Plains Lock and Key programmed in my phone.
West Plains Lock and Key?
I did it again.
Are you at work or home this time? All right, we'll be right there.
Whenever you lock yourself out, call West Plains Lock and Key, 256-8862. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology.
It's or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
You deserve a break. When you have a family, it sure feels like every day is laundry day, and it probably is. So why don't you let someone else do the laundry for you? Zizzer Coin Laundry is here to help. Bring by all of your laundry and they will wash it, dry it, fold it, press it if you wish, and you just pick it up and put it away. Just think of all the things you can get done with that extra time. Zizzer Coin Laundry on Porter Wagner next to R&R Tire in West Plains. We do everything, but put it away.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
West Plains Zizzers football on Hot Country KDY. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Outpost Motorsports, by Ozark Cafe, Monty's Outdoors, Ozarks Healthcare, Lynch Equipment Company, Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, J&J Recovery, Pepsi, Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, Peterbilt, Hawkins Home and SRS Electric, Edgeler and Harper. Also brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Justin Shelby, Don's Auto Service, Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, Current Incorporated, Taylor Grubaugh, Buick GMC, Butler Heating and Air, West Plains Bank and Trust Company, Bureau, West Plains Propane, Brown Furniture and Appliance, Wilbanks Tire, Bailey Chevrolet Pontiac GMC, Wiles Abstract Company, and Zizzer Coin Laundry.
And now West Plains Zizzers football on the official home of the Zizzers, Hot Country KDY.
On a very cool evening and promising to get cooler, we're dropped down to 49 degrees right now, and it feels like a football Friday night. I'm Harlan Hutchison. To my right over here, Reed Grigsby. And we're about ready to get things rolling here at Zizzer Stadium for the semifinal round of district football competition. And the Zizzers tonight taking on the Rogersville Wildcats, technically Logan-Rogersville, but that's, I'm going to stick with Rogersville for the most part.
We all know where that is.
Yeah, we all know pretty much. So Reed and I haven't been in here for, 3 weeks, almost a month, right?
Probably almost a month, yeah. And I missed the last home game because I was out of town for a conference. So I'm going to have to be retrained, Harlan.
Well, it won't take long. Since, as we said in the pregame, that only loss the Zizzers suffered at Lebanon, they've just cruised past the last few games, had the week off, and now they'll be playing Rogersville tonight. The captains will meet at midfield here in just a bit, and we'll have the coin toss and find out who will get to defer to the second half more than likely. This is really an odd thing, Reed. Rogersville has been such a roller coaster football program. You go back, about 8 the state championship in football, and since then, over the past 4-10 and conference champions, and they're on a 7-game winning streak coming into tonight. So they've been all over the map.
And it's kind of indicative of a growing program. When they won the state championship, I believe it was in 3A. Their school has grown to where now they're in 4A, and anytime you step up in a class, you're going to go through that roller coaster of, exceeding your expectations and coming up to the competition. And looks like this year they were able to do so and had a nice year at 7-3 coming into this game.
And we know about how that process works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've
for about a decade.
Yeah, it can take all. It
right.
can take
That's
all. Right. They obviously are back in a pretty good spot. We're going to see a kid named J.J. O'Neill tonight. He's 6'3", 175. He plays quarterback for Rogersville. He can really scoot. He can throw the football. And if there's a potential problem that West Plains may have to deal with, it's running into somebody that is very adept at throwing the football downfield. And so we've got to get some pressure on the quarterback tonight.
Yeah, and I think when Coach Perkins in the pregame show was talking about their aggressive style of defense, and obviously our defense is very aggressive too. We had one letdown game against Lebanon where we didn't play quite as aggressive as we had been, but you can be rest assured he's going to have some speed on the defensive line, and he's going to have some speed at linebacker, and we're going to have to try to get after the quarterback. If he doesn't have time to do anything, then he becomes a non-factor.
West Plains has won the toss, so they'll get the football with their backs to the north end zone here in just a moment. Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend a high school event, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscious effort, you'll be helping students grow into better citizens. Message brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activity Association and Hot Country KDY. So Zizzers come off the sideline. One word or term that we've heard Coach Perkins use repeatedly through the course of the season, he talks about playing a clean game. We've had games cleaner than others, but when you get to this part of the season, everything is magnified, and you've got to play a clean game in terms of penalties, turnovers, etc.
Yeah, you absolutely do not want to give any kind of momentum or advantage to the other team just because of some silly penalties. So that's going to be paramount tonight because Rogersville is a very good program, and we have to make them earn it. We can't give it to them.
Rogersville will kick the ball away to start the ball game tonight. And their place kicker is Brady Buckman, a sophomore, plays linebacker and wide receiver, and this game's ready to go. Zizzers with 3 deep, and here's the approach and the kick. Ball hangs high in the air, and it's going to be taken at the 16-yard line up the left side. A lot of running room at the 40, 45-yard line, 50-yard line, 45, down to the 43-yard line on the kick return that time. And West Plains busted it, and it looked like it was going to be a little confusion at the beginning. Dalton Cox with a great return.
Yeah, Dalton Cox is one of those kids. He gets into space. He has a lot of speed, but what a great way to set the tone for a ball game, and now we have a short field.
Well, let's see what happens here on the first possession of the night. They're going to mark him down at the 44, but great job by Dalton Cox. Man alive, nothing better than to get a great return, get great field position, and put the Zizzers on a short field to start. Dagan Kinslow will split Connor Lair out to his left. And he'll have two receivers and a wingman to the right side. Low snap. Kinslow has to tuck it away and run with it. Breaks two tackles, 40-yard line, 35-yard line, jumps ahead and dives ahead to about the 29, and a broken play results in a first down for West Plains.
Yeah, and that absolutely was not the play that was called, and that was Kinslow making something out of nothing, and I can't think of a better player to get the ball in his hand and say, hey, make something happen. And he was able to get nice yardage on first down.
First and 10, they're going to mark him down, it looks like, at the just across the 30-yard line. Connor Lair will come back to the backfield to Dagan's left. Quick pass left flat. That ball's caught by, I think it's Hafer down left side. 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown for West Plains. Quick pass out to the flat. Watson Hafer with the reception and the score from 29 yards out.
And what a neatly designed play. Connor Lair rolled out of the backfield that time and was able to set the lead block for their screen play to Watson Hafer. And was that Hafer or was it Miller?
It was 13.
Yeah, that was Watson Hafer. Yep. So, yeah, good catch, good run, and touchdown for the West Plains Zizzers.
So that took 54 seconds on the opening drive tonight. The extra point kick is up. And it's good. So, as I say, less than a minute played. West Plains with a two-play drive. Takes it in the end zone, and the score, West Plains 7, Rogersville nothing. Back in a minute on KDY.
Here's a story about Joey McDougal and the 3 Coyote tractors. He sat down on a big 73 horsepower Coyote RX 7320. This is awesome, he said, but let me guess, it's a little too big. So he sat on a 24 horsepower CK 2510, but yeah, I know, it's a little too small. So next he sat on a 45 horsepower NX 4510. This is awesome, he said, I'll take it. Stop by Lynch Equipment in West Plains to see a full line of Coyote tractors with fuel-efficient engines, and we promise you will find one that's just right for you.
Home and Lawn.
Whether it's routine tree care or timber harvesting, Husqvarna chainsaws set the standard in outdoor power equipment and are trusted by professionals around the world. Featuring air-injected, low-vibration handles, powerful X-Torque engines, Husqvarna chainsaws deliver the performance, comfort, and precision cutting you need to get the job done quickly and safely. For every job in any environment, stop in and see us today. We have the Husqvarna chainsaws that will work as hard as you do.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Here's the kickoff by West Plains. The return is fumbled, and they break through the middle of the wedge, and a flag will come down very late after the play was over. Tackle made at the 28-yard line, but it'll be a penalty against the Rogersville Wildcats for holding, and so that will be moved back, and it'll be first down and 10 for Rogersville, and it looks like it'll probably be down around their. Well, it just depends on where they say the penalty happened around the 22, so half the distance back to around the 11.
Now, historically, Rogersville has ran a triple option or a veer type offense that we've seen a few times this year from Lebanon to Rolla to Center Hill. I don't know what they're running this year, but I assume it's going to be something similar to what they've run in the past.
All right, we're ready to rumble on the first play from scrimmage. Here's a handoff, the fake by the quarterback, and he'll keep it. And the tackle is made after a short, maybe a yard on the play. And that snap that time went to Cody Rasmussen, lining up in the backfield, wide receiver. Let's see what they do and how they align here. And this time, it's going to be Logan Cook at the quarterback. He'll throw it wide, and that's going to be incomplete. And expecting to see O'Neill at quarterback, but that hasn't happened so far. So now, after that incompletion, it's going to be third down and about 7, closer to 8, actually. So let's see if West Plains comes after the quarterback this time. Cook takes the snap, or a high snap. That's thrown out to the right flat. That's high and incomplete. They were looking for the wide receiver on the far side. It wouldn't have been a first down had he caught it, more than likely. Tanner Peterson was the intended receiver, and the Zizzers, very little resistance right there from Rogersville. It'll be 4th down.
That was a very, very quick 3 and out. They took 31 seconds off the clock, so they tried to run some tempo, but it kind of ran to their detriment.
And Rogersville will punt the football away, stand back at their own 5-yard line. Here's the kick. And a high floating kick will be taken on the run by Lair at the 45, 40-yard line. Bounces off a tackle and knocked backward at around the 41. And it'll be 1st down and 10 right there for the West Plains Zizzers. Congratulations to the defending state Class 4 girls cross country champions. They're no longer, well, they're going to be defending champions again, but they're champions again. How about that?
To win one state championship is one thing. To win 2 in a row is huge. And, of course, the Cantola Quins, Jordan and Braden, really great girls. They were able to come in first and second and led that team to a nice victory today. So it's a big day in Zizzer country.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of Rogersville. So West Plains, great field position for their first 2 drives. Pass out to the flat, high and incomplete, intended for Heston Miller, but a flag went down just as that ball sailed through his hands. And illegal man downfield call against the Zizzers. Man, he must have took right off because that's a quick pass.
It was a quick pass, and that was one of those. It was kind of a gray area, but it looked like our left tackle was downfield just about half a yard too far. So obviously the side judge was watching that, and we get the call.
So ineligible man downfield. It'll be marked back 5 yards. And it's still 1st down. 1st and 15 now from the 46-yard line of Rogersville. Heston Miller will be wide out to the right side. McCracken's in the slot right, and Connor Lair has one-on-one coverage over to the left. Kinslow, low snap. He'll take it up the middle, follow his blocking, spin off a block, hesitates, tries to get to the side, breaks through the 40-yard line, bounce backwards, still inside the 40-yard line. Dayton Kinslow, we've said it many times, he's a quarterback, yeah, but he is a big kid and a strong kid running the football.
He's very strong. If you follow Coach Pitts on Twitter, he'll share some videos of Kinslow lifting weights in the weight room, and he is nothing. He's just short of an animal in the weight room.
It's going to be 2nd down and 11. Kinslow will throw to the near sideline, caught by Miller, as he'll tap dance to be hit by about 4 or 5 white shirts, and he's knocked out of bounds, got what he could before the defense got there, and there really wasn't much available, but he was able to pick up probably 3 yards, and now they'll bring up 3rd down and about 7.
And Coach Perkins was right. They do have some speed, and they're able to swarm to the ball, Rogersville that is, and they should leave something open downfield.
Here's a handoff. Heston Miller, a 35-yard line, dives forward near the 30, and that should be very close. That should be a 1st down from the looks of it from here, but we'll see. They may have to measure this. Pretty close. 31-yard line is where it's marked. And the side judge is pointing that it's 4th down, so it's not quite. They need about a foot, maybe 2. And let's see, they stop the clock, stop play with 9:03 to go. And on 4th and 1, as you can imagine, West Plains is lined up to go for it. They're going to flip-flop and put James back over on the right side, little unbalanced line. On 4th and 1, handoff, Connor Lair, 1st down. Connor Lair will try to bounce it outside, gets to the 25, still running down to the 22. Tackle made there, and that is a gain of 9 and a 1st down for West Plains.
Connor, when he gets the ball, he is so explosive, and he's able to stop and go and make some people miss. And makes some yards after contact to boot, and he is a force to be reckoned with in the backfield.
So 1st and 10 for West Plains, now at the 22-yard line. Double tight ends this time. Back to throw it. Throwing it to the near side. Ball deflected out of bounds off the hands of Heston Miller. It'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from right there.
Pass is just a little tall, but when it's cold like this outside, that ball seems to get as slick as ice, and it just went right through Miller's hands that time. And when they'll get that dialed in, I'm sure, Harlan.
So that stopped the clock with 8:17 to go in the first quarter. And now the ball again marked down at the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 10 yards to go for West Plains. Already up 7-0. Early on, back to throw, pressure from the left side. Kinslow gets away from it, now rolls. He's being chased. He gets to the 20-yard line, stiff arm, 15-yard line, hit out of bounds. And I was waiting for a flag to go up. We're so used to seeing that flag thrown on plays on the boundary, but not this time. But at the same time, it is a very good gain on the play, and so it'll bring up 3rd down at about 3. Rogersville Wildcats, they're in the white tonight, all white with maroon trim. Zizzers, red shirts, black pants, black hats. Here's Kinslow running left. And stutter steps and gets very close to a 1st down. Very close.
I think that's going to depend on the spot. It'll either be 1st and 10 or 4th and inches. Looks like they're going to call it 4th and inches. 4th and about half a yard.
About the same situation we had just a moment ago when they went for it on 4th down. So now, West Plains with 7:40 and counting in the first quarter, leading 7-0. Headed toward the south end zone, but they got to get at least a 1st down here. The ball is at the 12. End around play, handoff to Miller, has to get a lean in, and he does, and gets across the 1st down marker inside the 10. Down near the 6-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was going to run out of running room, but he changed that angle and leaned in and was able to get plenty.
He changed an angle, and if he's able to turn the jets on, he is going to be a hard man to catch, and that's exactly what happened. He went from 0 to 60 and was able to get about 5 yards because of his effort.
It's 1st and goal now from the 6-yard line, I'm going to say. Connor Lair in the backfield, fake to him, roll out pass, throw over the middle. Pass is going to be thrown back. It's going to be Connor Lair. Connor right side, right corner, touchdown for West Plains.
Great catch, great run after the catch. It looked like Connor Lair was going to be stopped for no gain or a minimal gain, and he was able to make a couple people miss on his way to the end zone.
So 6:54, 6-yard touchdown pass that time for the Zizzers, and it's 13-0 here in the first. 6:54 left on the clock. So Connor Lair, 2nd touchdown pass for the night. Here's the extra point try. It's up, and it is good. 6:54 left in the first quarter already. West Plains ahead of Rogersville, 14-0. Back in a minute on KDY.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
Free feels good, especially when it's checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company. And when we say free, we mean free. Free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and a free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school with each purchase at a retailer. But wait, there's more. Get a free gift just for opening a new account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account details at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Back for another kickoff, and Rogersville will bring it back to near the 30-yard line before West Plains special teams will put the kibosh on that. So it'll be 1st down and 10. McCracken, I think, on the stop that time for West Plains. 1st and 10 for Rogersville, and if they have any intention of staying in the football game, Reed, they have got to figure out a way to extend drives, get first downs, and eat up clock, because what their first possession, that's not the recipe for success for them.
Yeah, I'm surprised we hadn't seen number 16 yet. So there must be something going on that we're not aware of. And unfortunately, in high school football, we don't have sideline reporters that can go find out. So we'll just call him missing in action. I don't see him on the sideline even.
This is the third guy that has taken a snap from center already for Rogersville. And that is Thesson Prenger, a sophomore quarterback. They'll line up in the spread set this time. And the snap taken. Prenger throws it over the middle. That ball is incomplete. Thought it was going to be picked off there for a second. And over the middle, and there were more red shirts than white shirts around. And to go after a penalty. 2nd down and 15, 6:44 to go in the first quarter. And we are curious if this game goes the way we hope it does, and is currently going, to see who the opponent will be next week, either Hillcrest or McDonald County. Here's a running play to the left. They'll turn it in, immediately hit and driven back, and a really good defensive play that time. No gain on the play. The tackle that time is credited to Tristan Clark. He's been solid this season, makes a tackle right there, and now as he lines up at right defensive end, it's 3rd down and a lot. 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, Tristan's one of those players. He's not the biggest player on the field. He's not the fastest player on the field, but he always seems to be around the ball.
All right. Here's the snap. Fake the draw. Throw to the right over the middle. That ball is going to be picked. Intercepted. Going back the other way. 15, 10, 5, and diving for the pylon. It should be. It is a touchdown.
We do have a late flag back here about the 20, and could be a block in the back about 25 yards away from the play. But we'll see what happens. Yeah.
So the penalty is going to negate the touchdown. And Hayden Cook had 6, would have counted except for the penalty. And so we'll see where this is marked back at 5:53. And for West Plains, it's a perfect start. For Rogersville, it's in the first 6 minutes has been pretty much a Greek tragedy.
So to all future and current players out there, if you're listening, when you're 30 yards away from the play, just don't hit anybody.
Just stand there. Yeah. Whistle, do anything, but don't. My gosh. And I've seen in other games at the college level and even the pro level, I've seen them calling stuff like that, so far off the ball, it really doesn't have any bearing. But it's 1st down for West Plains. 1st down and 10. Back to throw from the 35 over the middle. That ball is caught by McCracken at 30, 25-yard line down to the 21, and a 1st down for West Plains and a gain of about 16 yards on the play. 1st down, West Plains.
Good catch and run by McCracken that time, and he's one of those players that's been able to contribute. We have so much talent that he kind of gets lost in the mix sometimes, I'm afraid, but every time he touches the ball, he makes something happen.
It's 1st down now from the 21-yard line. Magnus Sanders over center, gets it back, pass out to the flat, and the ball is high and incomplete, intended for Heston Miller at the 20-yard line, and that ball goes out of bounds. 5:31 to play in the first quarter. It's 14-0 in a quarter that's dragged a little bit. We've had several incomplete passes and stoppages, but West Plains with the advantage, and they could be up by 3 scores at the end of this drive. We'll see what happens here on 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap count rolling left, and Kinslow will keep it. He'll run it 15-10, 5-yard line, runs over a tackler, and is in for the touchdown. Holy cow.
Yeah, a lot of players that are not named Kinslow would probably have stepped out of bounds and avoided the contact, and that's not going to be the case with this team.
No, that's true. 21-yard touchdown run. And now we have a flag on the play. Is that it? Yep. We got a flag on the play.
I didn't see what the call was. I assume it was holding.
Well, it's not a touchdown. We're going to move it back. Let's see, the 28-yard line, it looks like. So that one didn't count. So we'll try it again. I mean, Dagan Kinslow, people either absorb punishment or they give it out, and he's a giver.
He is most definitely a giver. We've had 12 points taken off the scoreboard due to penalties, and that's exactly what we're talking about before the game. Those are things that you cannot do when you get into the playoffs.
Well, 2 since West Plains got the interception even. Mm-hmm. Here's the man in motion from left to right, Lair. Back to throw it again. Kinslow pressure from the outside to the right, and now scrambles away, throws on the run, caught by Lair at the 23. He jab steps. He will stiff arm, get inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. And that is a first down.
It looks like it's in certain parts of the field it's starting to get a little chippy, so we need to kind of control that as well. We'll see what happens here, but a great catch and run by Connor Lair that time. He has really progressed. He has always been a great player, but he's even progressed this year.
And first down and 10, I hate to use the term skill people because it takes plenty of skill to execute up front. Here's the snap back. Looking right over the middle. Pass is thrown, and that ball is caught, and that's a touchdown for West Plains. And Josh Leeser with the reception and the score for the Zizzers. It's 20-0.
You know, that was a good effort by Josh Leeser that time. He was actually hit short of the goal line, and when through second effort was able to twist his back around and get the ball to break the plane. So great touchdown by Josh Leeser.
So that comes at 4:40 of the first quarter. And here's the extra point try. Not a bad first quarter for Dagan Kinslow. 3 touchdown passes. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. 4:40 to play in the first quarter here at McDonald's Field. And it's West Plains on top, 21-0. Back in a minute on KDY.
Wiles Title would love to thank all of our customers and the community for 50 years of choosing us.
Hi, I'm Dennis Helmick. I'm a real estate investor and real estate attorney from Seattle, Washington. I highly recommend Wiles Title. We've done over 15 transactions very successfully. Professionalism and pleasantness is really what characterizes their service.
Wiles Title, located on the square, downtown West Plains, celebrating their 50th year in business. It's your choice. Make the right choice and choose Wiles Title.
A semi broke down on the highway means a delivery isn't going to make it on time, and it might mean Dad won't make it home for his son's game this weekend. At TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs, uptime all the time means we have the part for your truck repair, and we deliver, getting you back on the road and home for the game.
Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Let's see what happens on this kickoff as the approach and a high pooch kick caught at the 32, fair catch called for, and Rogersville will take it there, and that's going to be their best starting position of the night. First down and 10, 4:38 to play in the first quarter. West Plains on top, 21-0. We're trying to figure out what has happened to their quarterback, J.J. O'Neill, and I was scanning the sideline over there with, and I am not detecting him. He may not even be dressed. Here on the first play, an out pattern to the left. It's caught. Little holding on the outside and a diving tackle made at the 34-yard line. Big gain of only a couple on the play. It'll bring up second down and 8 yards to go. And West Plains got out there and really contained that play and didn't give it a chance. Once again, it'll be first down with Logan White now taking the snap from center. Deep in the formation, hard snap count. No one jumps offside. And they'll wait and get a belated call from the sideline. Well, now this is Pringer, the quarterback, back to throw, rolls right, being chased, throws on the run. Good pass, good catch, and a whale of a hit to stop that in its tracks. Wow, who was that? That was Landon Casey.
Good catch by the wide receiver from Rogersville. He was open, and good reaction time that time by Landon Casey to come up and make a very nice tackle.
It'll be 3rd down and 6. He did get a little forward progress, but Landon Casey, boy, he had him teed up, and I mean he got him over there on the far side. So where he caught it was as far as he went. Pringer at quarterback will take the snap. He's back to throw it, flushed out of the pocket, and he is done. There was no way that play was going to go anywhere. He had no time. Down back at the 26-yard line. And now it'll be 4th down and about 15, and Rogersville is going to have to punt. And, boy, West Plains just turned the dogs loose that time.
They did, and Garrett Drown, one of those players that we've always talked about that has a high-revving motor, was one of the first ones back there, was able to make a nice sack on the quarterback along with about 5 others.
All right. Thesson Pringer will be the kicker. He'll stand back at his 18. Here's the kick, and it will bounce, and West Plains wisely gets away, and it'll be down at the 50-yard line. No, it's going to be inside the 50 at the 48-yard line of West Plains. So I guess this is the first time tonight that West Plains has started from their side of the 50-yard line, and it's only 2 yards.
That's right.
West Plains is hard enough to play with, but, man, when you give them 45, 50-yard fields.
Yeah, you give them the short field when you have the weapons like what we have, and when we always seem to be on the right side of the chains, we're going to be a hard team to stop.
So 21-0 already. We still have 2:22 to go in the quarter. Here's Kinslow. He's running it again. Runs the short side of the field, and he'll be driven out of bounds. And no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 10, just depending on where they want to mark this. They may even apply a little bit of, and they do. They call it a 2-yard loss back to the 46-yard line of West Plains. It'll be 2nd down and about 12. Connor Lair comes out of the lineup. Heston Miller is split wide to the right side. Hard count, and they'll hand it off. And this is Drown running right over the 50 to the 45-yard line. Very good run on the play. They'll get some yardage back and move it. I should say inside the 45 of Rogersville. That's a much better run than I thought it was. That's a gain of 12. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2, short 3 here.
Yeah, good run by Garrett Drown. I mean, he doesn't get the ball to that often on offense anymore. He did last year. This year, they bring him in every once in a while, and he made the most of it.
Here's the snap. Quarterback draw, running right, trying to bounce it wide. Kinslow hit at the 50 and down at the 39, 38-yard line. Plenty for the 1st down. That'll move the chains. They're going to mark it at the 39-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 1:33 to play. In the first quarter, 21-0. West Plains already. Do you know how many football teams, of course we don't know, but we can assume, how many football teams, I'll finish that here after this play. It's 1st down and 10. Running play, double reverse, double pass. Now it's back to Kinslow. He's going to try to throw it. Now has to pull it down, and he's going to be pass, and it's going to be caught by Miller. 45, went down to one knee at the 43-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 4, as it was a double toss, reverse back pass to the quarterback who threw the ball to Heston Miller, and a loss on the play of about 4 yards.
It could have been much, much worse because it looked like it was going to be a loss of about 10 or 12 yards. And we were thankful to even get the yardage that we did. So
36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Yes, 2nd down and 14. Kinslow will have Miller in the backfield with him. Will hand it to him around the left corner. At the 40-yard line, turns it in. Gets out to the sideline, 35-yard line. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And that stops the clock with 18 seconds to go in the quarter and another first down. I was going to say, do you know how many football teams, more than likely, that if you took Garrett Drown, who has not carried the ball much at all this year, but we know how good he is, he would be the best running back on a whole bunch of football teams.
Yeah, probably all the teams we played this year.
Probably so.
For sure.
Here's the snap on first down, right up the middle, and there he goes again. He's at the 20, the 15. Tackle made inside the 15 at the, looks like the 13-yard line. Garrett Drown once again off to the races and galloping with another big gain, this time 20 yards, first and 10 from the 13-yard line.
You know, last year when we lost Seeley, everybody was asking who's going to take over Seeley's role, and I thought for sure it was going to be Garrett Drown. And he focuses on defense, and we found a couple other weapons. Miller has really contributed in the running game, so we just kind of shuffled around and trying to get the best talent on the field at every position. And fortunately, Garrett Drown plays defense, but it kind of dings his offensive stats.
21-0 at the end of one. Second quarter coming up in a minute on Hot Country KDY.
Hey Reese, you know how we all have those neighbors who like to borrow tools and stuff, and we oblige them, but what's the rule when someone comes over to borrow our Coyote tractor? Especially if it's one of the new Tier 4 models that has more power and uses less fuel compared to our Tier 3 models.
Well, I would think that's where we have to draw the line.
Kinda awkward, right?
Yeah, but our advice for when he asks can be, with all the great deals and financing going on at Lynch Equipment, you can nicely tell him to go buy his own.
Sounds like a plan. So stop in and see our parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment in West Plains.
Hey, bro, check this out. Whoa! I know, dude. It's this Pepsi Wild Cherry, man.
Here, hand me one. I gotta try it.
Here. Last one for good measure. Uh-oh. Dude, that was Mr. Flanagan's mailbox.
Let's bail.
Okay.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Explosively cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry will not actually blow things up, but will cause an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Now offering Pepsi multi-packs at participating locations.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
We come back to Zizzer Stadium, McDonald's Field, and it has been all WP here in the first quarter. It's 21-0. It'll be first down for West Plains with a chance. They're knocking on the door for touchdown number 4. Dagan Kinslow has 3 touchdown passes. Throws again out to the right flat. That ball is caught at the 10, at the 5, driven out of bounds, short of the goal line, but it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. I believe that was Heston Miller on the reception that time. First down and goal to go for West Plains at the 2-yard line, it looks.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that Rogersville's even had a first down. Actually, I'm pretty sure they had. So this is not the way that Rogersville saw this game going, and they're going to have to rally the troops.
On first and goal, Kinslow fakes, rolls, throws, left corner of the end zone, caught, touchdown on the play, and West Plains up 27-0, and the second touchdown reception for Josh Leeser tonight.
4 passing touchdowns for Dagan Kinslow in the first half. Harlan and I were talking. I don't know. Actually, I know for a fact back when I played, we may have had 1 passing touchdown the whole season.
It's a little bit more of a macho era back then.
Right. I don't know if it was smarter.
There's the extra point try. It's up, and it is good. And with 10 seconds played in the second quarter, the lead it's stretched to 28. West Plains 28, and Rogersville nothing. Back in a minute on KDY.
Driving in the fall and winter months can be challenging. You never know what Mother Nature will bring each day. Make sure your tires have plenty of tread. Give Wilbanks Tire a chance to sell you a new set of tires. Once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
You may not need an electrician every day, but when you do, choose SRS Electric in West Plains. Sean and his crew at SRS Electric will get the job done. They're dependable, reliable, and honest. Whether you need a new house wired, you need new light fixtures installed, or just simple repairs, remember SRS Electric. Find out why people recommend SRS Electric in West Plains. Find them on Facebook or call 274-0787.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby. I'm Harlan Hutchison. It is a runaway here in the first half. One just barely over a quarter played. Here's the ensuing kick. West Plains up 28-0. It's taken on the fly at the 27-yard line of Rogersville. They'll take it there, first down and 10 to go. So it's been a perfect night so far for West Plains, and I'm trying to remember that I've seen, it's been a while since seeing a quarterback with 4 touchdown passes in the first half.
Yeah, especially on the high school level. I mean, those are video game numbers.
Yeah.
So he's really having a stellar first half, and some of these passes haven't been easy. He's really made some things happen, so it's been fun to watch.
Here on first down, out of the spread, they'll hand it off, and I mean it goes loss of 2 on the play, actually. And the hit was made just right after the handoff took place. Jason Lopez, one of those there on the stop that time for West Plains. And there was nowhere for Cody Rasmussen to run the football. It'll be second down and about 11. Out of the spread set. Bringer will stop the snap count and now start again. 2 wide left. Here's the handoff running left. Missed tackle in the backfield. Tackle made up at the 31-yard line. One of the few positive plays so far, and the tackle made in the secondary that time. West Plains had a couple of red shirts there. One of those there, though, was Foster, Miles Foster. He's really had a good season. Say that about a lot of kids, but it's true. A lot of players have been such great contributors this year. So it's third down now and about 6. Here's a snap. Quarterback will keep it around the left end. Tries to get to the side. Can't. Spun around and knocked down way back at the 25-yard line. They'll give him forward progress, probably back to the original line of scrimmage. So that means that's going to be a loss of about 6 or 4, and it'll be fourth down now.
Looked like Hayden Cook was back there, and Tristan Clark, and about 5 or 6 others. There were so many I couldn't get all their numbers.
Ran to the short side of the field, which limits the space you have, and that gives West Plains less room to cover, and they can get there in a big hurry. Here comes the punt from the 16-yard line. Connor Lair stands back at his 45. Here's the kick. Pretty good kick. And that ball is going to be loose on the deck, but the Rogersville defender downfield first, I thought, got Connor, grabbed him by the left arm before the ball actually got there, but no flags.
That could have very easily been called interference, and sometimes those refs hold on to the flags because they recognize the scoreboard as well.
Holding is instead it's going to be a penalty on West Plains. Yeah. A holding penalty on the Zizzers tacked on at the end of the play, so it'll go back to the 33-yard line where it'll be first down. Aha. Well, I'll tell you what. You can't get anything by Jim Lambert. He knew we were looking to see where O'Neill was, and he is not dressed tonight.
Oh, my. Well, I hope he's okay.
He's got his jersey on and a hoodie. That's it. Back to throw. Well, he's got other stuff on. Rollout pass to the left. Deep down the left side. Here's Miller. He has it at the 25. He stops. He's at the 20. Jabs wide. He's going to score a touchdown for West Plains, and that covered 67 yards. Bang, just like that.
5 passing touchdowns in the first half.
And we have 9.5 minutes to go in the half.
I don't know the yardage, but it's probably just as silly.
Wow. Just wow, that's all you can say.
Right.
67 yards. 5 touchdown passes in the first half for Dagan Kenslow, and the turbo clock doesn't start till the second half, but we're already at 34-0. Here it is, and the kick is up, and it is good. It is 35-0 with 9:30 to play in the first half at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends.
256-7628. That's the number for J&J Recovery and Towing. Make J&J Recovery your first call when you break down or have an accident. No matter what time, 24/7, they'll answer the phone and they'll get there fast. And J&J Recovery and Towing will take it to the destination of your choosing. So for fast, reliable towing anytime, day or night, call J&J Recovery and Towing, 256-7628.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Here's the ensuing kick, and Rogersville will pick it up at the 32, and Pringer will bring it to the 35 and be tackled near the 37-yard line. First down and 10. This thing got out of hand quickly, as Will Farrell once said. 35-0, and West Plains was up 14-0 halfway through the first quarter, and by the time the second quarter started, bang, bang, 2 touchdowns in the first 2.5 minutes for West Plains. Tristan Clark comes running off the field, and now comes running back on the field. And he'll take up his spot on the right end of the line of scrimmage. First down for the Logan-Rogersville Wildcats. And now a handoff around the right end, trying to get it wide and then pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Landon Casey there to make the stop after a gain of maybe 2 yards on the play.
You know, Landon Casey just wrapped up his soccer career, his high school soccer career this week. Also an excellent soccer player. So a multi-sport athlete, and I can't imagine the time he's put in to driving this season for him and his parents, just going to games.
On second down and 8 from their own 40-yard line. 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. Here's the snap. They'll hand off up the middle. They'll get a little running room this time, and a big hit by Jesse Hudson coming up to knock the ball carrier backward as he got it to the 44-yard line. And I'll bring up third down and about 4. Boy, Jesse, he is such a good, solid player and sure tackler. That was a really good hit on the ball carrier.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of those that's fun to watch.
3 wide left. Let's see if the Zizzers come after them here. And now they'll wait and change the formation. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, single back there with the quarterback. And he'll take the snap and drop back to pass. Pressure from the backside. Throw across the field. Diving attempt incomplete. And the flag is down on the far side of the field. And let's see if we have either pass interference. Well, you do have pass interference on West Plains.
And I believe that's going to give Rogersville their first down of the game. And we'll put them across the 50 for the first time as well.
Yes. So it's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage in high school. And they'll move that all the way down to the 41-yard line of West Plains. So first down now for Rogersville for the first time tonight. Four wide this time. They're running a risk. And here is the snap on first down. Play action pass. Pressure over the middle pass is caught. Good catch. 30-yard line, 25-yard line. Couple of missed tackles and finally down at the 24-yard line. So a gain of 17 on the pass, catch, and run. And that time on the receiving end for Rogersville, one of the kids that's taken snaps from center, Logan White, the junior, makes it a first down, and quickly they're back to the line of scrimmage. On first down for Rogersville. Back to throw it to the far left sideline. High pass is dropped, incomplete. They'll stop the clock at 8:15, then bring up second down and 10.
Rogersville is kind of coming out with some pep in their step, and it looks like the last couple plays anyway they've had their opportunities. So they're showing a little bit of life here at the second half.
Fesson Prenger gets the call from the Rogersville sideline. 35-0 is the score. 8:15 to go in the first half. It is all West Plains tonight. Rogersville on offense. Take the snap, handoff, running to the right side. And that's not going to get much, maybe a yard or two. And Jesse Hudson again with the tackle that time. And the ball carrier on that play for Rogersville was Luke Hauer, a junior running back. And it'll bring up now third down and 9. 23-yard line of West Plains. Let's see if they throw over the middle again here. Here's a pump. Quarterback steps up. Quarterback is going to be sacked, and that's going to be a loss of 5 for the quarterback. Back to the 26-yard line.
They're kind of, figuring out what a lot of teams have figured out about the Zizzer defense is we're very physical in the trenches, and we're winning that battle, and we're very fast in the perimeter, so you can't run outside either. So you're pretty much stuck to trying to pass it to try to loose it up, and we're so quick to get to the quarterback that you can't win there either. So.
Well, and Rogersville, as Coach Perkins was saying at the outset, he said they have very, very good speed, but that doesn't matter if you don't have time to throw the football. And here it is on fourth down and 12 from the 26-yard line of West Plains. Back to throw it. Pressure from the backside, and he'll throw it as he goes to the turf and incomplete. And Garrett Drown was after him. Jason Lopez was after him, and he was just lucky to get rid of the football. And now it's first and 10 West Plains on the change on downs. So I'm sure the younger kids, as Paul Knight likes to refer to them, the Monday Nighters, are pretty excited the way this whole thing's going, because this bodes well for them getting in the second half of the ball game.
Yes, you look back through our season, outside of a couple games, all the offensive stats we have from our starters has basically been 2 quarters of work.
Screen pass left. Hilaire skips around a tackler, 30-yard line. Jab step, bumped from behind by one of his own guys. Tackled down around the 37-yard line. And that is enough for a first down. Gain of 11 on the play as Dagan Kinslow's passing numbers continue to go through the ozone. Crazy.
I don't know what the record for Zizzer football is for passing touchdowns, but I'd say 5 is probably knocking on the door.
I don't know, but I tell you what, I got a half a spicy Italian in the fridge at home, and I may just sit down and watch this on YouTube tonight and just chart it, just for the heck of it.
Right.
Man in motion to the right is McGinley. He'll get the handoff, run back to the left, stutter step, 40-yard line, 43-yard line, and that is going to be a pickup of close to 5 yards. And it's now going to be second down and 5. Well, he got closer to 6. Call it second down, long 4. Want to remind folks that our next broadcast of Grizzly basketball is Sunday morning, 11 a.m. from Edmond, Oklahoma, the Mitchell Elite 8 tournament. And the Grizzlies will play Kilgore. Back to throw it. Pass underneath, caught by McCracken, and he'll be tackled after a short gain on the play, maybe a yard, possibly 2. It'll bring up third down and 2. So West Plains now with 5:36 to play in the first half, which actually in total has gone fairly quickly. We're not even to 8 o'clock yet, 7:50 in mid-America. And now hard snap count, and Rogersville jumps offside, and that'll be a first down for West Plains and move it into Rogersville territory.
That's something we haven't seen in a while. It used to be kind of our go-to move is to get in third and short and try to get him to jump, and it's kind of gone away for a while, but the last few games I've watched, coming back.
Yep. Now it'll be Josh Leeser wide out to the right side. Connor Lair is going to move back to the backfield with Dagan Kinslow. Let's see if he goes in motion. Two receivers now out to the right. McCracken on the right wing. Back to throw it, looking to the right side. Kinslow gets away from the pressure, now throws it deep. Post batter down the middle, wide open, and the catch is made, and the tackle is missed at the 15, the 10, the 5. McCracken scores a touchdown for West Plains.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, Kinslow has not had an easy time. 2 or 3 of the touchdowns that he has thrown, he has had people in his face. So great throw, great catch that time by McCracken, and that is 6 passing touchdowns in the first half with almost 5 minutes left to go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've never seen anything like it. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time, I can say. And now the extra point try. And the hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good again. And Larson, Chase Larson, the freshman, with the kick that time. 4:52 to play in the first half. It is West Plains 42, Logan-Rogersville nothing. Back in a minute on KDY.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we had it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a quote and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
The Dream Factory of South Central Missouri and Northern Arkansas are making dreams come true for critically and chronically ill children. Our local Dream Factory needs your help. If you would like to make a donation or know a child that is chronically ill in our area that we can help make their dream come true, please call 417-255-5615. This is a not-for-profit organization.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Braden Wall kicks it deep to the 16-yard line. Here comes the return at the 20 for Rogersville. 25-yard line, 30-yard line, still going. Toward the far sideline, Jason Lopez makes the stop. He's the outside contained man, and the tackle made at about the 36-yard line of Rogersville. First down and 10, 4:44 is the time left in the first half. If you're surfing the radio, checking scores, here's ours. West Plains 42, Rogersville nothing. And it was nice to talk to you. Jim Lambert is videoing tonight, but again, all that is being controlled by Misha. And if you want to get the live stream of the video, Misha's controlling that. So you got to go to their website and sign up. Flag on the play, face mask is the call on West Plains, and that'll move the ball across the 50 to the 49-yard line of the Zizzers. Slot man right, wide man to the right. They're going to have 4 out in this pattern. Man in motion from the left slot. Snap, and the handoff goes back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And another good play on the interior that time. Again, tackle made for West Plains by number 63, Miles Foster. It's nice to know that he's going to be back next year there on the interior line. He is a good player.
Yeah, very much so. And he's really kind of came alive this year and has contributed quite a bit on that defensive line.
Here's the quarterback keeping, and he is drilled and buried in the backfield, and there was
Tristan Clark,
nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, and there was also Miles Foster and Lopez, and I bet for a quarterback, especially in this particular situation, it seems like West Plains has 14 people on defense, you know what?
At least. No, there is a drill that you play in practice sometime called 11 on 16. It's an offensive drill, and I bet they think that they're playing that drill right now.
Third down and long, about 14 to go. Quarterback fakes, throws. Ball is going to be tipped and incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down and 13 to go with 3:32 to go in the first half.
Jason Lopez came in on a corner blitz and was able to jump right at the right time, tip the ball, and we almost had an interception on a tip drill.
If you're a college football coach, Division II, whatever, and you're looking for a really good football player, just write down Jason Lopez.
No kidding. And he's starting to get a little bit of recognition, starting to get some offers here and there. So he's got a bright future ahead of him somewhere.
Here's a kick on the punt, taken by Lair. Circles back at the 20-yard line. Now goes back the other way. Can he get around the coverage? He does at the 15. Now he stops again. Now back the other direction, running to the 20. There's bound to be a clip somewhere on this play. Tackle back at the 17-yard line. You mean to tell me there's no penalty flag on the field after the change of direction and all that?
Yeah, Jason Lopez just got hit with a complete cheap shot right at the end of that play over by the sideline, and there was not a ref around to even see it. So I'm surprised that there was not a flag on that just based on reaction.
Can't find one when you need one, can you? 3:14 to go in the half.
If you're going to cheap shot somebody, I don't know that I'd cheap shot Jason Lopez.
Especially this early in the game.
Right. Do not make him mad.
Someone may get a pound of flesh before the game is over. First down and 10 for West Plains. No running back for Kinslow back there. And the ball at looks like the 14-yard line. Man in motion right is Lair. And Kinslow will keep it running right, 15, 20-yard line, tries to bounce it wide to the left side, 25, 30, still a running, and he gets across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. That is a first down, a gain of 23 yards.
And what a monster game Dagan Kinslow is having, both rushing and passing. He's definitely been unstoppable in this match.
He is. Oh, by the way, we have a little social experiment here. Now, normally during the course of the season, on a kickoff, Mr. Martz over here exhorts the Zizzer crowd to stand up, and they usually do. Not tonight. A little cool tonight. Here's a handoff running to the left side, flag down behind the play all over the place. Anyone with a flag just threw it. 50-yard line, 45, 40. It's going to go all the way for a touchdown for Heston Miller, but he gets in the end zone. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
The illegal block, and that's going to be against West Plains. So it was hard to get. That was a great run, but it was hard to get excited about it because you knew it wasn't going to count.
Yeah, and I didn't see the play as it happened, the penalty as it happened on the line. But they were talking to Magnus Sanders after. You don't typically see the center blocking below the waist. It usually has to be out in the perimeter, and I didn't see it around the play anyway.
Magnus could probably argue, I don't have to block below the waist. Why would you call me for that?
Okay.
So it's going to be a penalty marked back inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
Got to 18 points we've had taken off the board due to penalties.
Which, though we did ultimately score.
Correct.
But it could have been even quicker. Snap back, handoff, draw play, running to the right side, and dive forward near the 30-yard line. That was Garrett Drown, and a nice pickup on the play, gain of about 8 to the 30, and it's going to bring up second down and long still, 2nd and 18. They marked that previous penalty off from the place where the foul was committed, so it took it quite a ways back. So we're down to the 2-minute mark. 42-0. Dagan Kinslow will have Drown in the backfield to his left. To the left, it's going to be incomplete. Defender might have got a hand on that as it went out and intended for Hafer, but ball fell to the turf, and that will hold things up. 3rd down and 18 now with 1:48 to go.
Yeah, it seemed like it was deflected right at the last minute maybe, but Hafer was in a awkward position and couldn't quite get back to the ball.
On 3rd down and 18. From the 30, Kinslow, as the official side judge will blow a Whistle, throw a flag, mark it back 5.
Illegal procedure was the call.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 23. And not as obvious a passing situation in this situation. And timeout's going to be called. 1:48 to play in the first half. Back in a minute with the score: West Plains 42, Rogersville nothing on KDY.
In the world today, love begins in the heart of the home. For the love of cabinets, the Mayfields would love to make your dreams a reality, where functionality and creativity meets authenticity. Allow Troy and I to help transform your kitchen and bathrooms with quality custom-built cabinetry, and let the love in your home shine. Follow us on Facebook, give us a call, check out our website, fortheloveofcabinets.com. With over 20 plus years of experience, we are blessed to bring our love of homes to West Plains. Go Zizzers!
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Friendly and familiar faces are the first thing you'll see as you walk through the doors at Don's Auto Service in West Plains. After 40 years of serving the Ozarks, Don's Auto Service makes sure their expert staff gets you the best and most qualified information on your vehicle repairs. Whether it's under the hood, maintenance, or tire related, they have you covered.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Connor Lair on a reception over the middle, gets it up to the 49-yard line before he is stopped, and I'll be darned, we still got a first down on the play.
Converted 3rd and 23.
Clock running down to 1:35, and additional yardage added on to the night for Dagan Kinslow. 6 touchdown passes in the first half. Takes the snap, back to throw, near sideline. It's caught there by Lopez, I think. Yep, 45-yard line, down to the 41-yard line, and that's going to be very close to another first down with 1:15 to play. And they normally stop the clock to move the chains. The clock continues to run, so it may not be a first down. West Plains will come up ready to snap. 2nd down and 1, they're going to call it. So no first down yet. From the 41 of Rogersville, back to throw at Kinslow. He looks over the middle, steps up, fires it. That ball is caught at the 27-yard line, and now running backward and tackle made at around the 32-yard line. Heston Miller on the reception, lost some yardage after the reception, but still enough for a first down for West Plains at the 32-yard line of Rogersville.
And that was a rifle shot by Kinslow that time. Really had some zip on the ball. Good catch by Miller.
36 seconds and counting in the half. Back to throw, Kinslow. He looks down the left sideline. High arching pass, double coverage, and the ball is incomplete. Closer to the defender, actually, catching that ball as it went sailing high and out of bounds. But a good throw in that if Heston Miller didn't catch it, nobody was going to catch it.
Well, Rogersville has wisened up. They put Miller in double coverage that time. So that's going to leave Josh Leeser wide open on the right side. And he has a huge height advantage over number 8.
You just got to pick your poison.
Yeah.
There's no good answer. From the 32, back to throw. No, handoff, and here comes Lopez, blasting at 25, 20, 15-yard line, down to the 9-yard line. And that will be a gain of 23 yards. And was that his first carry of the year? That's the first one I can remember.
It was the second one of the game. He had one in this drive earlier, but that was.
Oh, that's right.
That's probably his longest carry of the year, if I were guessing.
It's 1st and goal from the 9. Back to throw it. Kinslow over the middle, fires it right in the middle of coverage and incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 1 second left in the first half.
And we're going to kick a field goal.
Well, you know what? This may come in handy somewhere down the line.
You bet.
Chase Larson, the freshman, will come in and attempt a field goal here. And it will be from 27 yards from the right hash mark. He's got plenty of leg to make this. From the right hash mark, last play of the half. Snap down, hold good, kicks up a line drive. I think he got it, didn't he?
Yep. He eked it over.
He eked it over the crossbar by a couple of feet, and that makes it 45-0. at the half. And that takes us to the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply halftime, and we'll rejoin you here at McDonald's Field and Zizzer Stadium. Coming back in just a few minutes here on KDY.
When you think about anything for the office, think bureau. Whenever you need office furniture, paper, pens, forms, or files, think bureau. Of course, if you need janitorial supplies, think bureau. And if you need it delivered to save yourself some time, think bureau. So for anything in the office, think bureau. See them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main Street, 256-6808.
So it's your turn to cook the holiday meal for the family. Can you really trust your current appliances to handle the job? Get to Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains and check out their selection of appliances from some of the biggest, most trusted brands in the industry, like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and LG. Get the appliances you need now and take 24 months to pay them off, no interest with approved credit. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent team in West Plains and in Houston.
It's where to go and great service and best price by far. In West Plains Mo, it's where we are. Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet in West Plains.
I'm Taylor Grubaugh. I started in the car business washing cars in high school with the dream of being a Chevrolet dealer. And now, nearly 20 years later, I'm here in West Plains and proud to serve this community for years to come as your Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer.
Get great buys from nice guys. Find new roads at Taylor Grubaugh Chevy, Buick, and GMC.
There's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
Bailey Chevy and GMC, home of the Bailey factory.
Bailey Chevy would love to serve your transportation needs. Whether you're a Eagle, Zizzer, Tiger, or wherever you call home, Bailey Chevy would love to serve your transportation needs. Come see us at Bailey Chevy, home of the Bailey Factor in beautiful downtown Willow Springs.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
Current Incorporated is growing. Now, to go along with the area's best electrical, HVAC, and internet, they offer tech support and computer repair through Current IT. They also offer camera and security systems, duct cleaning, and commercial equipment repair. That's right, all of these services at one place. So why would you even think about calling anywhere else? Current Incorporated in West Plains.
Real fast service right to your door. Call 257-0504.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Halftime score here on the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply halftime update, 45-0. And it's been every bit that dominating on the part of West Plains as the score might suggest. And it got started fast. And by the end of the first quarter, it was 21-0. In fact, West Plains scored their first touchdown of the night less than a minute into the game. But the news of the night to this point has been the mind-boggling performance of Dagan Kinslow, the quarterback, who has thrown not one, not two, not three, not four, not five even, 6 touchdown passes in the first half. And the Zizzers have just pretty much roll. Leeser has 2 touchdown receptions. Hafer has 1. Connor Lair has 1. McCracken has 1. I think I mentioned Heston Miller. I should have. Yeah, Heston Miller with the other. And then Chase Larson has a 27-yard field goal to his credit. And that's where the scoring is here at the half, 45-0. You never know how a team's going to play when they have a week off. And especially if you're playing well, the coach will say, well, we don't really want the week off. But you know something? This was something I remember talking to somebody quite a while back about football and injuries. You have to be, Reed, you got to be really fortunate to get through the season without injuries which cause you to move people around and fill spots, rob Peter to pay Paul. That happens to a lot of different teams. In fact, the quarterback from Rogersville is not even suited out tonight. So anything can happen at any time. But the Rams, when they won the Super Bowl back in '99, one of the reasons they did was because they were able to stay a really healthy football team and really not lose many man games to injury to their star players back in '99. And this season, West Plains has been really, knock on wood, fortunate so far.
Yeah, we've been very healthy. We have, part of that is attributed to the progress we've made in strength and conditioning training, which has been huge in West Plains for the last 10 years. Part of that is due to our starters only playing 2 quarters a game. There's the less opportunities to get injured, and then some of that comes down to luck. But I can tell you this, and you'll remember from your playing days, there's nobody at this point in the season during this grind that is not dinged up somehow, because you play with pain towards the end of the season. And so the week off probably benefited us, because we had a string of 3 or 4 games that were pretty difficult, that were pretty physical, and we were probably dinged up a little bit. So having that extra week off, it probably worked to our benefit.
I heard a great football coach one time use the term in addressing players, and I saw it happen where a kid was in some pain, and the coach said, "Are you hurt?" And he said, "It's very important to learn to distinguish the difference between pain and injury." Right. He said, "Now, if you're hurt, we're going to get you out of here, and we're going to take care of you all that. Yeah. If you got a boo-boo, it may hurt real bad right now, but, it's probably going to go away in the next little bit." So, and I think we probably have a lot of kids that recognize the difference between pain and injury.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've never played football before, you don't feel anything during the game necessarily. So when a kid's injured on the field and they're reeling in pain, I guarantee that's painful. The little dings and bruises and stuff you don't necessarily feel because of adrenaline and because you're playing through it. But when you wake up on Saturday morning, it feels like you've been beat with a baseball bat.
That is a feeling you never forget.
That's right.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. Next time you attend a high school game, think how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship, and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. Message brought to you by the Missouri State High School Activity Association and Hot Country KDY. The Zizzer Pride Band is on the field. Speaking of pride, everybody's always proud of the accomplishments of the cross-country programs here. The West Plains boys took 6th place in the state out of, I think, 160. My gosh, that's a lot of kids.
And had 2 runners place All-State. And then, of course, the girls, winning the championship once again, and had, I think, 3 runners in the top 10. So, that's just phenomenal.
And the West Plains girls, who won their 2nd consecutive state championship today in Class 4 in Columbia, pretty much just picked off where they left off at district, because they just blew everybody out of the water by 50 points. That was the nearest team to them in district competition.
Yeah, they're a very talented team, and of course the Cantola girls have been a powerhouse on that girls team for the last few years, and we're going to lose them to graduation, but they have a very bright future ahead of them as well.
Zizzer Pride Band taking their bow tonight. One thing about winning and playing more games, and if West Plains, well, who are we kidding? West Plains is going to win this football game, but that means we get another game next week. And the other semifinal game in the district has the halftime score of McDonald County 21 and Hillcrest 14. And Reed and I have talked a little bit about 2 or 3 times here tonight already how neither of us could believe that Carl Junction, who we saw here last year and was a decent football team, I thought, got beat by Hillcrest.
Yeah. And Hillcrest is always dangerous, and we've talked about that year after year after year, and they always have the talent. I mean, their biggest issue is getting it organized, and it sounds like that they've, towards the end of the season, have got something working and have found that magic recipe to get some success on the field, and they're playing good football right now. Carl Junction's not a slouch. They haven't had the greatest year, but that is a great football program and has been for years. For Hillcrest to travel to Carl Junction and beat them at home, that's a big win for Hillcrest.
Oh, that's great. And I'll tell you, the Ozark Conference has been just a tad unpredictable because nobody thought that Rolla would beat Lebanon, in the days to follow our loss to them.
Yeah, we beat Rolla by 40, and then Rolla turns around and beats Lebanon by 18. So that's what makes high school football great. I mean, that's the reason I'm addicted to it, and a lot of people are. Is you never really know what's going to happen on a Friday night, because there could be an injury to a key player, or there could be somebody broke up with their girlfriend that afternoon.
You never know.
Down on their luck. I mean, you're dealing with 15 to 18-year-old boys, and we all know. Us guys, we were one at one point, so. I can kind of understand how it works out there, and so you never really know what's going to happen in high school football, is my point.
Every time, you're driving down the road and you meet a person in a car, and I thought of this yesterday. I thought, I don't know that person, have no idea or anything about him, but that person has their own unique story, and they're dealing with things in their life. Everybody is like that.
Absolutely.
And everything, when you're that young, it seems like the end of the world sometimes when things go wrong.
And not to be preachy, but you should always, that's why I always teach my kids, and I try to live this myself. You should always give somebody the benefit of the doubt, and always treat them with kindness and love, because you don't know what they're going through.
That's exactly right. You don't know. Halftime score 45-0. West Plains on top. And the story of the first half, as mentioned a little while ago, again, Dagan Kinslow just going off here in the first half. 6 touchdown passes and a field goal added on by Chase Larson. It's 45-0 at the half. We'll take a look at some of the other scores around the area and see there's not a lot of games involving area teams tonight, but there are a few, and we'll check that out next here on the Hurst Feed and Farm Supply halftime update. Back in 2 minutes on KDY.
What now?
Oh, it's those deer hunters. They're getting so clever. They go to Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains, where they can save big right now on camouflage. It's 20% off. I can't see them in the trees. I can't smell them because muck boots, Under Armour boots, also lacrosse boots. Oh, my goodness. And now there's game calls. What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, see? They're sneaking up on me. I know they are. Oh, dadgummit. Monty's Outdoors. They're going to be the end of us.
You're over-exaggerating.
I don't think so.
Free feels good, especially when it's checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company. And when we say free, we mean free. Free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and a free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school with each purchase at a retailer. But wait, there's more. Get a free gift just for opening a new account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account details at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Here's a story about Joey McDougal and the 3 Coyote tractors. He sat down on a big 73 horsepower Coyote RX 7320. This is awesome, he said, but let me guess, it's a little too big. So he sat on a 24 horsepower CK 2510, but yeah, I know, it's a little too small. So next he sat on a 45 horsepower NX 4510. This is awesome, he said, I'll take it. Stop by Lynch Equipment in West Plains to see a full line of Coyote tractors with fuel efficient engines, and we promise you will find one that's just right for you.
Hey, bro, check this out.
Whoa!
I know, dude. It's this Pepsi Wild Cherry, man.
Here, hand me one. I gotta try it.
Oh, see, man. I told you. Here, last one for good measure.
Uh-oh.
Dude, that was Mr. Flanagan's mailbox.
Let's bail.
Okay. Pepsi Wild Cherry. Explosively Cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry will not actually blow things up, but will cause an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Now offering Pepsi multi-packs at participating locations.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Reed and I were just checking some scores at halftime. Liberty is leading against Forsyth, 22-14. That's down there on the waterway. And also tonight, you said Thayer was up big against Ash Grove. Is that right?
Thayer was up 42-12 on Ash Grove at halftime. Let's see what else we got here. Ava is up 28-7 on Stratford. Liberty 22-14 at halftime against Forsyth. Let's see what other. Mountain Grove's up 14-6 on Reed Springs. And then I bet this is a fun game because you talk about two teams that don't like each other. Lebanon and Camdenton are tied up 7 at half.
Let me tell you something. And I lived in Lebanon for about 6 years. You are not kidding.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things I learned when it came to sports and the rivalry between Lebanon and Camdenton. It is pretty deep.
Yeah, pretty deep. I mean, they're what, 25, 30 miles apart. Pretty similar school size, and you know, that's an easy road trip. And I think the kids from Lebanon probably go up to the lake and hang out, and the kids from Camdenton probably don't like it very much.
Well, you know, if they don't like it, they could always go down to Bennett Springs State Park and hang out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's a great place, by the way. Tell you, one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen in my life was during that time when I was working in Lebanon. We went down to Bennett Springs State Park for the opening day of trout season.
Oh, wow, yeah. Shoulder to shoulder.
I don't know really how to describe it.
Yeah, it's just a big party in the fog, and everybody's wearing waders.
With the excitement people, you know, had and the number of people shoulder to shoulder, you're thinking they were trying to hook a bag of gold out there or something. But man alive, Bennett Springs State Park. If you've never been there, it's a little north of Lebanon, not too far. Just a beautiful place.
Beautiful place, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of those, you know, where they have the opening day trout season, Roaring River and Bennett Springs, and what's the one up by Houston? Montauk, yeah. And all three of those are, I guess it's a great time. I've never been to opening day, but, you know, people swear by it, and I guess it has more to do with the camaraderie and camping and hanging out than it does actually catching fish, because I don't know how anybody catches fish in that mess. But I guess they do.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, here at the half, we're just about ready for the second half to start. We'll take our final break and come back in, we'll say, 90 seconds as West Plains will kick the ball away to start the second half. And Aiden Simpson is practicing his handoff motion, so that tends to make me think that he may start the second half. We'll see. But anyway, 45-0, back in 90 seconds on KDY.
A semi broke down on the highway means a delivery isn't going to make it on time, and it might mean Dad won't make it home for his son's game this weekend. At TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs, uptime all the time means we have the part for your truck repair, and we deliver, getting you back on the road and home for the game.
Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers.
Hello, I'm Dennis Helmick. I'm a real estate investor, real estate attorney from Seattle, Washington. About 3 months ago, I came back to West Plains and got really involved with investing in the town. I formerly owned an escrow company, so I know the type of job it takes and what they can do, and I highly recommend Wiles Title for closings.
Wiles Title, located on the square, downtown West Plains, celebrating their 50th year in business. It's your choice. Make the right choice and choose Wiles Title.
256-7628. That's the number for J&J Recovery and Towing. Make J&J Recovery your first call when you break down or have an accident. No matter what time, 24/7, they'll answer the phone and they'll get there fast. And J&J Recovery and Towing will take it to the destination of your choosing. So for fast, reliable towing, anytime, day or night, call J&J Recovery and Towing, 256-7628.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
And we come back, and we have the opening kick, a squib, returned for short yardage to about the 41-yard line of Rogersville. And we've got a young man down on the field for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he took a brutal hit from Connor Lair that time, and unfortunately he's was a little bit woozy, so we'll see what happens here.
I think Connor went to help him up, and when he reached for his hand, the kid kind of fell back and just fell back down on the ground. So some of the West Plains coaches out there to lend their support, and you can see the player moving around. So they'll tend to him, and we'll take a break and just monitor us here, Daniel, as we go to a timeout and the player is tended to on the field. 45-0, 11:50 to play, third quarter, and back in a minute on KDY.
Fall is the best time.
Rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Injured player for Logan-Rogersville is Garrett Carlson, a junior wideout defensive back, and pretty clear that he really got his bell rung on that play as he's helped off the field. Took a while for him to get to the sideline.
Yeah, they're going to sit him down and make sure that he's going to be okay.
But I would bet he's done for the foreseeable future tonight.
Yes.
Boy, he took a shot, did he not?
He most certainly did.
Connor Lair got him pretty good. Now, 1st and 10 from the 41 of Rogersville. Single back, toss play, running to the right, and that's going to pick up a few yards to the 45. And the tackle made by Jesse Hudson, along with Miles Foster. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 5. That was a good play. First time we've seen him run that formation with the quarterback in the spread set and the running back behind. Just a little toss play, running to the right.
Yeah.
And that is about as basic as it gets. Now on 2nd down and 5 from the 46-yard line of Rogersville. The Cats will run it again, try to get it wide to the right. That doesn't work. That's because Connor Lair reacted quickly to get out on the ball carrier.
Yeah, and I would imagine being a ball carrier coming around the outside of your offensive line and seeing number 40 coming downhill at you might make you wince a little bit.
Well, at first you think it's clear, and then a split second, here he is. It's 3rd down and 6. Back to throw, big pressure on the quarterback, deep down the left side. Got a guy there. It's timed. It's intercepted. And I believe Hayden Cook, was that right?
That's right.
Hayden Cook with the pick at the 35 and got it to the 40. He had a pick return for a touchdown, wiped out by a penalty in the first half. So interception, and West Plains gets it back, and the clock keeps a-moving with the ball on the 40-yard line of West Plains.
I'm seeing a lot of fresh jerseys coming out on the field, so that's a good sign. Our JV and backups are going to get some playing experience, because you never know when one of these kids needs to step up.
Aiden Simpson's going to be at quarterback. Dalton Cox at running back. And here's the snap, and Cox will run it to his left, turns it up at the 40 to the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's a nice gain on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 3 for a 1st down. Make it 4, gain of 6. 9:18, clock runs. Turbo clock is on. 35 points or more. It's 45 right now. Simpson will get everybody in the right spot. And now on second down. High snap. He'll keep it. He'll run left. 50-yard line, 45-yard line, 40-yard line. Still going, 35, and down to the 33-yard line. Nice run that time. A gain on the play of 20 yards and a first down for West Plains.
Good run that time by Aiden Simpson. And, you know, when you're the backup of Dagan Kinslow, I mean, Dagan Kinslow is just a phenomenal talent, but Aiden Simpson's pretty darn good himself. So I'm glad to see him in the game getting some experience because we're going to rely on him next year.
So it's going to be first down and 10 from the 33 of Rogersville. Simpson with the snap, quarterback draw right up the middle, and that won't get anything. Back to the line of scrimmage before, let's see, about 7 white shirts drive the ball carrier down. And that'll bring up second down and 10. But we are watching the clock tick with a 45-0 lead. We've seen 6 touchdown passes by Dagan Kinslow tonight. We've seen our first field goal of the season tonight for West Plains. Here on second down and 10, a ball in the 33 of the Wildcats. Here's the snap, and the quarterback will keep it. Another draw play up the middle, and he stops right where he planted and stopped at the 31-yard line. So Aiden Simpson picks up a few, and it'll be third down and long. At halftime, it was McDonald County up by 7 on Hillcrest. And Ava is up big in their game tonight. Back to throw it. Simpson underneath. It's caught by McGinley. He'll get to the 26-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down on the pass and catch by Parker McGinley, senior running back. And now it's going to be fourth down. They need to get to the 23-yard line of Rogersville, so it's going to be fourth down and 3. 4th and 3, and now flags will fly as the ball is snapped. As Rogersville got the jump, but
now it's going to be 4th and 8.
Now a few weeks ago, the official would have stopped the clock, even with the turbo clock, but he made sure that clock kept running during the period there, trying to figure out what the penalty was. So it moves it back. 4th down and 8 now from the 31-yard line of Rogersville. Have to get to the 23. Simpson to throw over the middle, high and incomplete. 2 players kind of crossing paths there at around the 24-yard line, and the ball was intended for Weston Reese, or it could have been intended for Dawson Howell.
Yeah, number 44, the big sophomore, Dawson Howell.
So it's a turnover on downs, and Rogersville will get it back. As John Cameron Swayze's timepiece keeps 3 receivers left. And they take their sweet time about getting the play in. 45-0. Rogersville now just trying to break the shutout. They have it at their own 30. Hard snap count, low snap. They'll hand the ball off, and that will be a loss of 3. Back to the 28-yard line. Low snap kind of blew the play up from the start. Great penetration that time for West Plains, and that play was going nowhere.
Yeah, we had some starters on the defensive line the last couple series, and looks like we're starting to rotate those guys out. Still have our starting linebackers in. Aiden Holt not Aiden Holt, but a free safety.
Here's a toss play running left. They try to get to the corner. They tried to seal it, but couldn't. West Plains speed too much. They had too many people to block trying to turn the corner over there. Gain on the play of about 4 yards, and it'll bring up third down and long. Third down at about 12. Ball is at the 33-yard line. Turbo clock down to 4:15 in quarter 3. And outside of an injury starting the half, that thing has just pretty much been moving the whole time. Here's a low snap, back to throw, pressure up the middle, pass over the middle is caught. And a big hit made at the 44 and a fumble on the play.
That's West Plains ball.
That should be West Plains football, should it not? Because that ball came out way before he was on the ground.
Should absolutely be West Plains ball. And it doesn't look like either referee had a good view of it, but that ball came out upon the hit and not on contact with the ground.
So it is West Plains football. That's a good call. And, you know, there's a situation where you've got all the officials gathering together to make sure you get it right, and that's okay.
Absolutely. Unless it goes against us, and then it wasn't a good idea.
And then what were you doing?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I believe it starts at 11. Q94, a home of the Missouri Tigers, will be in Athens, Georgia. Is that right?
That is correct.
Between the hedges.
And the Mizzou starting quarterback is out. Not a good game for starting quarterback to be out, but I don't know that it mattered much anyway.
39-point underdog is Missouri tomorrow. First down and 10. You can catch that game on Q94. Flag is down. And the clock doesn't care. Delay a game. And that's going to happen sometimes when you have so many new people out there. Just trying to get everybody in the right spot sometimes can be a little problematic, but it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Back to the 49-yard line of Rogersville. First down and 15. And Aiden Simpson with everybody tight on the line except for receiver wide out left. Inside running play up the middle, 45, 40-yard line. Tackle made there is McGinley on the carry. I'll tell you what, when he's had the chance this year, Parker has really run the ball well, gaining 9 on that play.
I remember when you interviewed Coach Womack earlier this season, you know, McGinley is a great athlete, and he's another one of those, if he was on any other team, would probably get a starting position. But, you know, unfortunately, we're so deep in that running back skill player position that he doesn't get a lot of playing time. When he does, he's brilliant.
And now on second down and 6. Fake the run right, running to the left, running right. Here's a pass downfield, high, and it's caught. What a throw, what a catch. On the far sideline, inside the 10-yard line.
Gabe Sellers, number 3.
Gabe Sellers, sure enough.
Great catch by Gabe Sellers, and huge gain by the West Plains Zizzers on that pass play. Was that 40 yards?
Well, let's
roughly?
see. They're going to mark it down to 9. 31-yard pass play. So Aiden Simpson connects on it. But that was really a good throw on a sort of an in and out play.
Mm-hmm. Into double coverage.
Yeah, into double coverage. Pass had to be high. It was, and Gabe Sellers made a dandy catch there.
Of course, Gabe Sellers is 6'5", 225, so it had to be high anyway.
Here's Aiden Simpson on a quarterback draw to the 5, to the 4, before he's tackled right there. And the Zizzers are knocking on the door and threatening to break through the 50 mark. Second down, and it's going to be it's goal to go. Second down from the 5.
What I like about some of the young kids coming in is you see the starters on the sideline, and they want these kids to score. They're just as excited about them as they are about themselves when they're in the game, and that's just part of being a team.
They want them to score, but they sure don't want them to give up a score, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Now the spread set. Man in motion, and we'll toss it running to the left, to the corner at the 5, turn it up, and dive forward to the pylon. That's very close to the touchdown, but he's going to be called down. Dalton Cox, I think, was the ball carrier, and it's going to be short of the goal line, inside the 1, and that'll bring up third down and goal to go.
That was a nice run by Dalton Cox. I didn't think that he was going to make any kind of gain at all, and was able to squirt it up in there on second effort after contact.
So we're to the fourth quarter as time runs out in the third with the score. West Plains 45, Rogersville nothing. Back in a minute on KDY.
You may not need an electrician every day, but when you do, choose SRS Electric in West Plains. Sean and his crew at SRS Electric will get the job done. They're dependable, reliable, and honest. Whether you need a new house wired, you need new light fixtures installed, or just simple repairs, remember SRS Electric. Find out why people recommend SRS Electric in West Plains. Find them on Facebook or call 274-0787.
The Dream Factory of South Central Missouri and Northern Arkansas are making dreams come true for critically and chronically ill children. Our local Dream Factory needs your help. If you would like to make a donation or know a child that is chronically ill in our area that we can help make their dream come true, please call 417-255-5615. This is a not-for-profit organization.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Ready to go, and it's going to be West Plains football at the 1 yard line. Actually, more like inside the 1 yard line. Let's see what happens, and it's a running play right, and that's a touchdown for West Plains. And the number was quickly covered, but I'm guessing Dalton Cox.
Yeah, I think it was Dalton Cox, and no, it was Aiden Simpson. It was a quarterback keeper.
All right, so touchdown for Aiden makes it 51-0, and that's the first points that we've had scored here in the second half. 11:55 to go, and West Plains will attempt the extra point. Chase Larson will come out, and we're short someone on the field. We're too short.
We were either too short or now we have one too many.
We'll find out real quick. 51-0, extra point try. Hayden Cook will take the snap, low snap. Kick is up, and that kick is hooked a little bit, but it's good. Inside the left upright. 11:55 to play, 52-0. West Plains, back in a minute on KDY.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
When you think about anything for the office, think Bureau. Whenever you need office furniture, paper, pens, forms, or files, think Bureau. Of course, if you need janitorial supplies, think Bureau. And if you need it delivered to save yourself some time, think Bureau. So for anything in the office, think Bureau. See them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main Street, 256-6808.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
The ensuing kick will be taken at the 23-yard line, returned, and immediately tackled Jason Lopez on the coverage that time. 52-0 is our score, and 11:45, and the clock is running, and this fourth quarter won't last very long. It will go by quickly. It's just 8:43, and this game will be over well before 9 o'clock. We'll talk on the post game with Scott Womack. It's about how things have gone tonight. I can't believe he'd have too many complaints. On first down from the 28-yard line, fumble snap, handoff late, loss of a yard. Again, West Plains got some starters out there on defense. And that'll bring up second down and 10. I see some new numbers. I see some old numbers. Under the 11-minute mark to go.
And I see some people on the field that aren't on the roster.
That's usually a good sign, though, if you're looking for a trend. Al, the spread set. Back to throw it. Pranger, slant over the middle, tipped high in the air and incomplete. And Jason Lopez nearly had a pick six there. Good coverage on the outside, and that ball was batted up in the air, and I was going to look to see if I could detect who got their hand. I believe it was Jay Self with the deflection that time. It nearly came down with the pass. J.J. Self. In the secondary, he is split out and covering the wide receiver again this time. 3rd down and 10 for Rogersville. 10 minutes to play. Quarterback will roll to the right. Has pressure coming from the inside. Throw deep down the field. Underthrown and intercepted. I believe it was intercepted.
It was.
Hayden Cook thinks it was intercepted because he intercepted it.
His 3rd interception of the night, 2nd official.
Well, he's had a pretty good season this evening.
Yeah, he really has.
So, 9:35 on the clock. 8:46 on the timepiece here. And West Plains will have the football, 1st down and 10. And the only goal you got right now is get to the end of this thing with nobody getting hurt. And right now we've got at least 2nd string, maybe even 3rd out there.
There may be some freshmen. I know there's some sophomores out there for sure. Isaiah Jones, freshman quarterback, is in the game.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah.
Isaiah Jones at quarterback with a single back. Cox to his right. Hand it to him. Running left. Scoots through and gets up to the 41-yard line of Rogersville. Dalton Cox, we've seen him run enough to know that his instincts are really good because he is a patient runner. Mm-hmm. He doesn't just hit the hole as fast as he can. He waits for his blocking to form. And when you've got kids as big as West Plains kids up front, that's probably a pretty good idea. There'll be 2nd down and about 2nd down and 8 on the 42-yard line. Spread set once again. Quarterback will keep it and puts his head down, charges forward, gets to the 40-yard line. He gained 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Cox kind of has the same running style as Braden Lidgard from a few years ago, where he kind of coasts and follows his blocks and then accelerates through the hole and makes something happen.
Isaiah Jones playing quarterback is a freshman, 6'3" freshman. So he's the 3rd player to play quarterback tonight for West Plains. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and that'll be a gain down to about the 36-yard line. That time on the carry, they handed it off to Tegan Green, and that's going to be very close to a 1st down. 7:30 and counting. High snap. They'll run it again on a quick snap play, and that will get it easily enough for the 1st down. Cross 35 to about the 33-yard line. And it takes a while to untangle everybody.
It was a good push that time by our young offensive line, and that's always a good sign because that is the hardest unit to train up and to have a cohesive unit as the offensive line. And we have such a great one this year, and unfortunately we're going to lose most of them.
Yep. But that'll mean opportunities for other players next year. Man in motion from the right. They're going to hand it off on the jet sweep, and the flags will fly as they handed the football off to Lucas Conyers, a junior lined out wide out to the right side on the end around, but flag went down. And dead ball, illegal procedure against West Plains. So we'll move it back 5 and bring up 1st down and 15 with 6:23 and counting in the football game. Again, our post game will have Scott Womack up here. He'll probably get up here pretty quick because he knows we have access to heat on the pass play to the right side. Conyers with the catch, broken tackle 50, dives forward to the 37-yard line. Good effort on the play on his part to get something out of it. Tackle made by Clay Palin, a senior defensive back for Rogersville. Under 6 minutes to go. And with 22 on the play clock, West Plains does not have to be in any kind of rush to get the play. In fact, they're running the play clock down, taking time off the clock. Here's the snap, running play to the right side this time. And again, Tegan Green. He'll get it to the 39. He picked up maybe a yard. So down to 5:20. Jim Lambert is appalled to find out, as he's over in the far booth, that we have heat over here.
I just assumed he knew.
We don't even have it on.
It's so toasty in here anyway, Jim. We don't need it.
Gee whiz, I want to take something off. Third down and 16. Handoff. No, quarterback will keep it. Jones will keep it up the middle across the 40 near the 37-yard line. So now it's going to be a long yardage. Fourth down and 16. And what will happen here? Isaiah Jones gets a play from the sideline. I was looking for a response way quicker than that. Back to throw it. Fourth down, throw it over the middle. High pass caught. Broken tackle at the 25, down near the 23. That's going to be, I think,
That's
a first down.
That's going to be really close.
Wow.
It all depends on the spot, but they may actually give it to him. Nope. Turnover on down. Oh, no, they're waving down the. I thought he was getting ready to signal a turnover, but he was waving down the chains. That was converted on 4th and long.
Oh, okay. That's the response I was waiting for. Briggs Houston, I think, was the receiver on the play.
Briggs Houston, also a sophomore, great talent. He actually, I used to coach him when he was younger, and always enjoyed having him around. And he's a good football player.
Boy, the Zizzers are eating up what's left of this game clock, down to 3:38. 52-0 here in the fourth quarter. Going to take the snap with about 2 on the game clock, on the play clock. Quarterback draw, Isaiah Jones right up the middle. Burrows ahead, and we'll pick up 3 yards maybe, close to 3. It'll be second down at about 7 from shy of the 20-yard line. It really looks like just about everybody available tonight has been able to get in the football game. McDonald County 35, Hillcrest 14. So the Mustangs will gallop this direction next Friday. Five on the play clock. Almost said the shot clock. Here's the snap and the handoff again, taking Green to the right. We'll get inside the 20 to around the 18-yard line. So now third down and 8. But what a magnificent job the West Plains underclassmen have done, for the most part underclassmen. The backups have done in holding on to the football and just melting what's left of this clock away on our way to a huge shutout semifinal win. In the back, Houston. And long wait, and now the snap. That's taking Green. No, here's a handoff over the left side and another good run. That time, Gage Cross was the number. I saw 28. It was Gabe Cross on the run, running left with a very good run. And it's now fourth down and 1 with 1:40 to go. And if we get a first down on this play, that's going to be pretty much the football game.
It'll be a victory formation.
You bet.
My favorite play in football when we're running it.
Isaiah Jones, as we get a sub late. He lets the clock run down to 1:19. The snap, high snap, handoff, running to the right. That's going to be short of the first down, be a loss of about a half yard on the play. So with 1:10 to go, it's going to be a turnover on downs, but the Zizzer offense did their job. They ate up the majority of the fourth quarter here. And so Rogersville, seeing the clock continue to run down to 50 seconds. Let's see. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players. Now 2 come off, and I think we have 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. Here's a running play, toss play to the right, fumble football, picked back up. Rogersville will move it up to about the 18-yard line. But the tackle is made, and that very well could be the last play of the football game right there. They're going to hurry and try to get another play off.
freshman Alex Judd, number 4, just came into the game. So, yeah, we're getting deep into the roster and get some playing time for these kids.
10 seconds to go. Last play of the contest. Toss play running to the right, to the sideline, up the sideline. Broken tackle, but tackle made eventually at the 33-yard line. And, friends, that's your football game, and it was domination with a capital D. West Plains wins over Rogersville, a final score of 52-0, which leads us directly to the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply postgame, which is coming up next. We'll talk this over with Scott Womack when he makes his way up to the booth. And Reed Grigsby and I come back in just 2 minutes on Hot Country KDY.
Fall is the best time to buy a Kubota tractor. Get a great deal on select Kubota tractors rated #1 in dependability and ease of operation at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment, serving the Mountain Grove and West Plains area for over 40 years. Right now, put 0 down and get 0 APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,400 at Edgeler and Harper.
Hi, this is John Edgeler. Remember, we are 2 names you can trust, Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, West Plains and Mountain Grove.
Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains wants to help you get ready for the holidays. Check out the selection of dining room tables and chairs in all different sizes to accommodate your family during these special times. And right now, while supplies last, you can get a table and 4 chairs starting at only $549. Get 24 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. And don't forget their Christmas decor. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
It's where to go and buy your car. Great service and best price by far. In West Plains Mo, it's where we are. Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet in West Plains.
I'm Taylor Grubaugh. I started in the car business washing cars in high school with the dream of being a Chevrolet dealer. And now, nearly 20 years later, I'm here in West Plains and proud to serve this community for years to come as your Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer.
Get great buys from nice guys. Find new roads at Taylor Grubaugh Chevy, Buick, and GMC.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Well, Reed Grigsby, we have seen some wipeouts this year, and this was the latest, 52-0. West Plains wins. When Rogersville was taking their team down here to the south end zone, I was trying to decide what would you tell your team as the coach after you've been beat 52-0. And I think my response would be, boys, you got beat 52-0 by possibly the eventual state champions.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the other end of beatdowns like that, and I can assure you it's not easy. But yeah, you know, that's a huddle I wouldn't want to be in. But they had a great season. They're going to end the season 7-4, and that's a good season for Rogersville. And they'll come back next year, and they'll have looks like from the roster, have a lot of players coming back.
Scott Womack's up here. We're going to talk to him now. Reed, if you'll give him your harness there, we'll get him lined up. And see, I turned the heat on just for him because he's been down there on the field exposed to the elements all night. So I wanted him to be comfortable when he came up here. So, well, 52-0, 6 touchdown passes and a half for Dagan Kinslow. You kick your first field goal of the season, and it was pretty much do what you want tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, Dagan made some really good plays because a couple of them, the pass protection broke down. He just kind of scrambled around and had a strong enough arm, threw one out. I know to Heston one time, who came back, made the catch and scored, and made a real good throw to Carter for a score. So he had a really nice night. And then you have to give it up for Hayden Cook, 3 picks tonight. That may be a record. I don't know. I can't remember anybody getting 3 picks in a game, but I think he's got 7 or maybe on the year, 7 or 8. That's pretty good also. But good night, and it was good to get back after a 2-week layoff, and seemed like we didn't miss much of a beat, but we got a lot of work to do. Our pass pro really broke down on us a few times tonight.
Well, we were expecting to see someone that didn't play tonight for Rogersville at quarterback, and that was obviously a big deal for them.
Yeah, they had probably their two best players out. The quarterback's been out the last 2 weeks with the shoulder, and then the number 2, I can't think of his name, but he got a concussion last week during the game. And
Caleb Cole.
Yeah, he was one of their better running backs and defensive players. So, and he was on the sideline in street clothes. And then I think number 18, also another nice little receiver that they had, didn't get to play tonight. And I'm not for sure what was wrong with him. But, you know, when you have 3 of your top players not playing, that hurts, especially against good teams. But I don't know if they'd have made that big a difference, but it would have probably put a little bit more stress on Coach Spitz and the defense.
And your offense here in the fourth quarter just pretty much held on to the ball and ate up all of the fourth quarter clock. And I thought your kids that came in and got to play some offense really did a good job.
Yeah, it's nice to see them get to do that because, you know, they've kind of been just the scout team the last couple of weeks and had to get punished by the varsity. So to get in there and, you know, with that running clock, if you can string 3 or 4 first downs together, you can pretty much eat up the quarter.
Well, it looks like now it'll be McDonald County. They finally pulled away in their game against Hillcrest, and that was just a 7-point game at halftime. But McDonald County was winning 35-14, I think, the last time I saw. This is a team you saw last year. Are they much different than what we saw?
You know, they had the young quarterback last year that threw the ball really well, and I think he's having a really good year. So we're going to see the ball thrown around the yard a little bit. And, I mean, I guess now they're 10-1, so their only loss is to Lamar, who's number 1 in their class. So I think they're a much improved team, but the quarterback's really, you know, their best player, and we'll see him throwing the ball around. So our secondary is going to be on top of things next week.
One of the constants, I think, in a lot of cases, not all, but a lot of cases where football teams have great seasons is, and I was pointing that out to Reed earlier, the 99 Rams went all the way through and won the Super Bowl, and they went through the year and really didn't have any serious injuries at all. And we've been very, knock on wood, lucky about that, right?
Yeah, let's knock on wood, because that's one thing, you know, we've in the past years had somebody going down with injury here or there, and we've just been really fortunate this year that, you know, the Ackerson boy got hurt like the first week of practice or so. Second week, but since then we've really been, you know, some's been banged up a little bit here or there, but we've had, in terms of major injuries, we've been really lucky.
There's not a player you've got that doesn't have a bruise, you know?
Exactly. If you play football hard at all, you're going to have a few bruises.
Fantastic. All right, you're welcome to stay up here as long as you want. If you're Cole, we've got.
Looks like Reed's got most of it. The heat, he's standing in front of it and keeping it from us. So.
He is inspecting. He's not really just. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Harlan.
And good luck next week. All right, so the Zizzers pick up the win, big, by a final score of 52-0, and 6 touchdown passes all in the first half for Dagan Kinslow. The Zizzers win and go 9-1. Rogersville season ends at 7-4 next week. Zizzers here against McDonald County. You can catch it here on KDY, and also you can go through Misha to get the live stream of the contest as well. So that'll do it. 52-0 your final. West Plains a winner tonight. District semifinals, district championship a week from tonight here at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium, where for Reed Grigsby and Scott Womack and Dan back in the studio, I'm Harlan Hutchison saying good night. And, I don't want to forget Jim Lambert. Good night from Zizzer Stadium.